What's going on, guys? Today I wanted to bring you a short video to explain why we use e-collars even when we might not need e-collars. All right, so you're on the way to work, you drove to work 500 times, you've been there, you've been employed for 5 years. Great, you know that address on the back of your head, you know how to get there, but hey, today you had to take a detour. Now you need the maps again. The maps is going to tell you how to accurately get to your destination. How does that have to do with e-collars? Well, you see, my dog has recalled. Let's say this is the example, 500 times over the last 5 months. But we take a detour. There's a deer. The dog bolts after the deer. So what do we need to do to ensure that we know how to get to our end destination, the recall or the job? Our end destination has to involve the map or the e-collar. So if my dog isn't recalling, Lily, come, then I need to use my e-stim in the way that I have conditioned and explained it to the dog in a way that they understand. Now, for those of you who are just watching this video, you might not know anything about e-collar conditioning, but I say that to you in this exact example because you can't help when your brain might be having a slow day and suddenly you do need the maps again. You're not going to get upset at yourself. You're just going to be like, man, I don't know where I'm going. Let me put the maps in. Easy, simple, done. You get to work. You're less stressed. You didn't spend 30 minutes pondering, how am I going to get to work today? Make sure your phone's charged. Get to work. It's the same with the e-collar. You take a little detour. Maybe your dog is having a little bit of a hard time in a new environment, or whatever reason you have for using the e-collar post conditioning stages, because conditioning stages, it is all the same. Like, hey dog, we're doing the thing, you're gonna sit, I'm gonna e-stim, you're gonna down, I'm gonna e-stim, you're gonna heel, I'm gonna e-stim. Getting the dog understanding that pressure goes away with compliance of the known command that they understand. And then it gets to a stage where you've been there 500 times. The dog doesn't need it every single time. However, if the dog makes a mistake, you should have this on them to show them accountability in a way that is clear that you have been doing for the last 5 months, for the last 5 years. Since your dog trainer told you to put this damn thing on your dog and they trained your dog for you. Now, when you're getting a dog that's actually been trained on the e-collar for you, it might be a little bit harder because then you got to go and learn how to effectively use the e-collar. But to be real clear with you, the most effective way to use the e-collar is to not overuse it. So I have my Chihuahua. She's right there. You can barely see her. She's literally like, what is it? Camouflage. So I can recall her right now. Lily, come. Good girl. And there's no e-collar. Good girl. There's no e-collar there because she's recalling. But let's say she doesn't want to recall. I'm on a 9. This is a mini educator, or this is the micro educator. So if you know e-collars, the micro has less stim than the original mini educator. So for a Chihuahua like her, it's still even less aversive. I digress. Let me say this. If she decided she didn't want to recall, which she decided she wanted to recall, look at my little baby. What a good girl. What a good girl. If she said, I don't want to recall, I would have said, Lily, come once more, and I would have held low stim until she recalled to me. And it's as simple as that. Versus, let's say that the command is sit or down. The dog already knows sit or down. We don't need to punish the dog with the e-collar on, say, a level 100 for not downing. That is absolutely asinine. If you are reinforcing a command, aka you just want the dog to go into it, low level stim. If you are correcting a dog for breaking command or breaking position, that's when we can talk about the nuance of using higher levels, all right? But I digress still. First and foremost, the point is when you're using the e-collar, you're not using it 24/7. You don't need it 24/7. When you're conditioning and showing the dog how to use the e-collar, it might feel like you're using it 24/7. Yes, because you are showing the dog the clear communication system to set him up for success for the future of using this tool and not needing to use this tool, all right? So, like I said, you're driving to work, you've gone to work 500 times. You know how to get there. there's a detour. You weren't fucking set up for the detour. You don't know how to get there. This is a completely new part of town. You're stressed. I'm just going to pull the maps up. I know how to get to work now. Or your dog's running away from you. They've recalled 500 times. They see a deer. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to be stressed. If you want to learn about e-collar conditioning, you want to learn about e-collar training, I'm going to be setting up some online courses for this stuff eventually, but, you know, there's a bunch of online information as well. So if you're really interested in dog training, dog courses, e-collars, ethical usage of all this stuff, feel free to follow, subscribe. Got more shit coming. Trying to get shit out. See y'all later. Thank you for listening. Mwah. Love you. Love your dog, too. Tell him I said hi.